So do we hold on for 3:45?
No, please, let's go on.
Are we all here? Is everybody here? Do we have both IT and engineering here?
Engineering. We are here. We are here.
Okay.
But
Okay. So
just we should remember that.
all right. So je pense qu'on peut commencer. We can start. So last week we met face to face, and we tried to do what we call the conjugation of verbs. So we were able to do the conjugation of the regular ER verbs, regular IR verbs, and the regular RE verbs. And I believe you have tried some of the examples that I gave you, some of the verbs I gave you. So now if I ask you to conjugate a verb, a regular verb in French, you should be able to do that. Ou bien? True or false? You should be able to conjugate them, right? Or you are still writing?
Yes, Miss B.
Yes, sir, we are still writing.
Okay, that's fine. Because your midterm is coming very close. I'm looking at next weekend for your midterm. So at the end of this class, I'll talk about it, and I'll talk about how it is going to be like. Definitely, it's going to be online, but I'll give you ideas on what to expect on that day. So, do we want to put it on Friday or Saturday? Which day will be okay for you? But it will be in the evening. So, which day will be appropriate?
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay,
Yes.
that's fine. So, we are looking at Saturday evening around 9 p.m. I believe 9 p.m. will be fine for all of us. By then, the internet is very okay, and
All right.
we are all okay with it. Yes. So, just make sure you have good internet on that day, and make sure your phone does not disturb you. Okay. All right. So we are going to look at we are supposed to tackle determinants. Now determinants, we've done articles already. We've done the definite articles and the indefinite articles. So we want to look at some other determinants today. Now we have the demonstrative adjectives and possessive adjectives. They are also part of the determinants. So we want to look at the possessive adjectives today. And if there's time, we can look at the demonstrative adjectives. If not, we'll take it to next weekend. Right. So I'm going to share the screen right now. Je vais partager l'écran and we would understand what we are doing. All right. So juste un instant. Je vois Nathaniel. Nathaniel, your hand is up. Est-ce que tu as une question?
Yeah, Miss B, please, in regards to last week's lesson, it
Yeah.
seems at the end of the lesson you were about to teach us how to put the verbs in their future tense or something like that. I remember you were talking about
Okay.
something like that. But from my notes, I
The
don't.
future tense. All right. So, okay, that's fine. We can do shortly the future tense. It's true. We are supposed to do that. So we can, but that can take us just 5 minutes. So I'm going to do that right now before we do the determinants. I think that's fine. Merci beaucoup pour le rappel. Thanks a lot for reminding me.
All right.
So we are going to look at, yes, shortly, just a minute so that I'll look for that one. Okay, so all right, so we looked at the present tense, but I said that there's something we need to know about the future tense. All right, so you realize that for the present tense, we had to remove something from the infinitive form of the verb, right? So, for instance, the regular ER verbs, we had to remove the ending ER and we added the endings. For the regular RE verbs, the same thing happened. We had to remove the RE Then we added the endings. Then for IR verbs, the same thing. We have to remove the IR at the end. Then we added the endings. When we come to the future tense, I say it's similar. It's easier than even the present tense because there are endings that are constant for the regular ER verbs, regular IR verbs, and regular RE verbs. So for the future tense, all you have to do is that the verb has to be maintained, and the infinitive form of the verb has to be maintained. Then if you see the endings we have here for the J, you add AI. If it is tu, you add AS. If it is LL, on va ajouter A, that is A. If it is nous, on ajoute ONS. We add what? ONS. If it is vous, we add EZ. For LL, that is the third person plural, on va ajouter ONT. That is ONT, right? So there are examples here. We have the ER verb here, for instance, parler. So, si je dois mettre parler au futur, or you have to put parler in the future tense, you see that if you observe, you realize that we have the infinitive form of parler there. You can see parler for J, for instance, I have to write the whole parler. Then we are supposed to add AI or AI. So the pronunciation becomes je parlerai, right? Je parlerai, meaning I will speak. Right, then we come to tu. Tu parleras. So you see that for tu, we add AS. So if you observe, the ending will be AS or RS. Il, elle, on parlera. You add A to it, meaning what he, she, or one will speak. Nous parlerons. We will speak. That one you add ONS. Then we come to vous. It will be what? Vous parlerez. Right, so it will be what? You will speak. Vous parlerez. Then elles parleront. So if you watch, you realize that the ending for the nous and that of elles, the third person plural, is very similar. The pronunciation is even similar, but the only thing is that for nous, you add ONS, but for the elles, you add ONT or ONT. Right, so you need to be careful with that side. The same will apply to an IR verb like finir. So if I have to say I will finish, you will finish, he, she, one will finish, nous finirons, or we will finish. These are the endings. So for je, I'll add AI, it becomes je finirai. Tu finiras, you add AS. Il, elle, on finira, we add A. Nous finirons, vous finirez, ils, elles finiront, right? So you realize that we maintain the infinitive form of the verb and we have to add the endings. When we come to the RE verbs, there's something small that happens. You need to observe that. And so I have projected the verb vendre for you. So looking at vendre, which is an RE verb or a regular RE verb, what do you think happens? If you observe, you can observe and tell me what happens there before we add the endings. Est-ce que vous observez quelque chose? You take what?
The E at the back.
Yes, très bien. You see, so it tells you that for the ER and IR, you don't have to remove anything, but for the RE verbs, the last E has to go before we add the endings. So if I have to apply this thing to a verb like entendre, it will become what? J'entendrai. Tu entendras. Vous entendrez. Non, so j'entendrai, tu entendras. Il, elle, on entendra. Vous entendront. Nous entendrons, vous entendrez, ils, elles entendront. Right? J'entendrai. Tu entendras. Ils, elles, on entendra. Nous entendrons. Vous entendrez. Ils, elles entendront. Est-ce que c'est clair? Are you getting what happens there? Are you getting? Can you hear me?
Oui, monsieur.
All right. So if we have to
We can hear
conjugate,
you.
all right. So if you have to conjugate a verb like trouver, which is a regular ER verb in the future, who can do that for us orally? Keep essayer de conjuguer le verbe trouver pour nous. Who can conjugate trouver? Trouver, which I'm typing in the chat, right, so that we've seen already trouver. So trouver is Trouver. Trouver. So what do you think will be the correct conjugation for trouver in the future?
Monsieur, can I try?
Oui. Yeah, c'est Nathaniel. Okay, Nathaniel, vas-y.
Je trouverai.
Oui.
Tu trouveras.
Mhm.
On trouvera.
Oui.
Nous trouverons.
All right.
Vous trouverez.
All right.
Elles trouveront.
All right. Elles trouveront. Excellent. Excellent. Très bien. Yeah, so you see that. Merci beaucoup, Nathaniel. Tu vois? So you see that it's quite simple. Very, very simple. Even easier than the present tense. So let's try another verb like choisir. We saw choisir last week. So let's see whether I can put choisir in the future tense. So choisir is being typed in the chat. And this time, I think a lady can help us. Now the guys are in the comfortability. I've not heard the lady's voice yet. In dame, est-ce qu'une dame peut conjuguer le verbe choisir? The ladies, vous êtes là? Are you there? I can see Amma Chirewa. I can see Angela. Yes, are you going to show us your powers? I think someone has been talking a lot, but I've not heard her voice today. Someone normally contributes, a lady. But Amma Chirewa, can you do it for us? Choisir. I've typed it in the chat. If not, I'll leave it open for the guys again. Any gentleman to conjugate choisir for us?
Wait, talk me say you know
Alright.
they are
Okay, Paul Esiama, oui, let's hear Paul. Alright, Paul, vas-y.
Je choisirai. Tu
The
choisiras.
pronunciation of the first one is choisir. So AI is choisir. So,
Ok, sir.
okay, go ahead.
Je choisirai. Tu choisiras. Elle choisira. Nous choisirons. Vous choisirez. Elles choisiront.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Yeah, the only thing I'll say is that for il, the third person plural, the il and the l, the s is silent. So you just have to say il or l. The pronunciation is just like the singular ll, but in writing, then you add the s for the ll for the third person plural. So the s will be silent. So it will not be ils ou else choisiront, but il ou elle choisiront. Right. So thank you very much. Merci, Paul. Now let's go to another. All right. So we saw last week, we saw attendre. Attendre in the present tense. So who can conjugate attendre for us in the future? Attendre. This is a regular RE verb. So attendre. I'm putting attendre there. Yeah, so someone has conjugated, I think, Trouvé for us. It's in the chat. Merci, Amwa, Kelvin, yeah. So you can look at the conjugation of Trouvé, right? Yeah. So we are looking at attendre now. It's in the chat. Attendre meaning to wait in the future. All right, Emmanuel Sechi. Your microphone,
Monsieur,
okay.
Monsieur, please,
Oui.
with the one our brother conjugated, you see the L, is it Tuvero? Is it Tuvero or Tuvere? The last one, Monsieur, please, is it ONT or ENT?
I'm looking
I
at it
wanted
again. All right, so he mistakenly made it ENT, but it's supposed to be ONT. So, Kelvin, yes, if you can correct it. The ending for that one should be ONT, right? Rather than the ENT. So if you make it ENT, you are trying to bring a present tense conjugation. So if you can change it for the ILL, and also the ill, the spelling of ill is ILS, and the IL is not double, it's one. It is the L that has a double L always, and so if you can take note of that. All right, so thanks for that the information. So who will do the verb I put in the chat for us? Who will conjugate that? Philip.
Monsieur.
Oui, Philip, your hand is up.
Monsieur.
Oui, Mary, ça va?
Please, I would like to try.
Okay, so Mary, so let's give Mary a chance. The first lady to conjugate for us today. So, Mary, merci beaucoup. Let's go on. Go ahead.
J'attendrai.
Okay.
J'attendrai. J'attendrai. Sorry. Tu attendras. Il, elle, on attendra. Nous attendrons. Vous attendrez. Il, elle, on. Il, elle attendront.
Très bien, très bien. Merci, Mary. Your volume was not too high, but I heard what you said. Yeah, so, merci beaucoup. So all you have to do is that for the RE verbs, you remove the E at the end before you add the endings. So that makes it simple. Henry Gansa, you've conjugated attendre there, but don't forget that attendre starts with a vowel. So always for a vowel, if a verb starts with a vowel, it becomes J apostrophe or J apostrophe before you add the conjugation. All right. Merci beaucoup. So let's continue. Are we okay with the future tense now? Because I told you it's very short. So je pense que c'est clair. C'est compris?
Oui, monsieur. Oui, monsieur.
Okay, donc I believe we are okay with it. And also when it comes to the irregular verbs, yes, I gave you quite a number of them and their conjugation in the future. So if you scroll down, I don't know whether I've shared this already, but when you go down, you'll see the conjugations there, the irregular verbs. Most of them are in the present tense and the future. And I also said that there are some that I haven't conjugated. I've put them there for you, but try to look for the conjugations in the present and the future, right? So that in the future, when you see them somewhere, it doesn't take you by surprise. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing the slide on verbs. Then we start with what we are doing today. All right. So just a minute and it's done.
Hello, sir.
We?
Hello, sir.
Eric, I'm here.
Looking at the chat, it seems our colleagues are confusing us because Henry Kwanzaa and Samuel
Let me check. What is in the chat?
Afari. To say if you can check for us. Henry Kwanzaa and
So Daniel.
Samuel Afari.
Yes, I can see. Let me see something. Yeah, Henry Ganser, right? I said Henry Ganser's conjugation is okay. The only problem is with the first one, the J, and that's why I said that it should be J. The J, it has to be J apostrophe before the attendre follows. So
Because
you
it's
can't
a
write the
vowel.
full J. Yes, because the verb starts with a vowel. So that is the only thing wrong. The only problem with Henry's one. But for I'm looking at, I think Daniel Coley has also tried to conjugate, but Daniel's one has a problem because Daniel removed the R and E before adding, but I said you only remove the E before you add the endings. So Daniel, you have to relook at it. So please, Daniel's conjugation, yes, has an issue. So that one, please. But what Eric, I think Eric has put, yes, Eric, yours is there, right? So Japanski, yours is okay. You can look at yours too. That's fine. Now, Samuel Afari, we are doing future tense, and so your your conjugation is in the present tense. So please, we have moved to the future tense. So if you are trying to still conjugate in the present, so please let's look at it carefully. Look at the examples I have put on the slide, and that should guide us. I believe that is sorted. Let's go to Mr. Frimpong. Oui, est-ce qu'il y a une question?
Monsieur, please, this
Oui. Okay.
I mean,
Hello?
I was asking the document, is it on the LMS?
No, but I'm going to share it. I think I'll have to put all these things on the LMS. I'll try and do that this evening, but I always put it on the Telegram page. Are you there? Are you on the Telegram page?
Okay, I'll check, yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know whether I've shared this one yet, but I'll put it there. But I'll have to put them in on the LMS too. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So there's another chat before I go on. I don't know what the question is. Frank, what is your issue? What is the problem? You say you want to know something. Eric, if you can ask the question, then we go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanted to know whether these slides are on the Telegram.
Okay. I don't think I've shared this one yet, but I'm going to share that right away. Yeah.
Sir, please, with the previous ones, are they on the Telegram?
Yes, I believe everything is there. Linda, are you here? I think Linda should have them. I've shared all of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think we all have all the rest. But I'm going to share this one right away. Then yeah, I'll share that. Normally I share the slides after the class, but I will try and put all these ones there for you. So I'm sure just after the class, because you let me finish and I'll share it, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, so I'll do that just after the class. All right, so we will continue with the possessive adjectives. Yeah. So we have les adjectifs possessifs. Les adjectifs possessifs. So yeah, so we are saying that I believe you can see. Vous voyez mon écran? Can you see my screen? Est-ce que vous voyez l'écran? Can you see the screen?
You can see, sir.
All right, okay. So we are saying that in English, possessive adjectives are mine, your, his, her, its, our, your, and their, right? So we say that your is repeated because there is a difference in the spelling of the singular your and the plural your in French. Yes, so in French, we know we have the your, singular and plural your. Its is virtually absent from the French language because it has the same way of translation with his or her. So we are going to find that out. Now, we are saying that again, the gender and the number of a noun determine the possessive adjective to be used. I think in the first class, I talked about the gender of nouns in French, that we have masculine and feminine nouns, right? So it's the gender of the noun and the number that will determine the possessive adjective to choose, right, at a particular time. Now we have les adjectifs possessifs masculin singulier. Masculine possessive adjectives. Masculine possessive adjectives, right? So we have what we call mon, ton, son, notre, votre, and leur. Notre, votre, and leur. Now we want to know how each of these demonstrative possessive adjectives are used. All right, so the first one we have is mon. Mon. Now, mon in French, no, it means what? In English, it means mine. Mine. And it is used with masculine singular nouns. So if I want to say, for instance, my pen, I'll have to use mon because the noun pen is masculine singular, right? Masculine singular. So I'll say mon stylo, right? Mon stylo. I can say mon frère. Mon frère meaning my uncle. Right? Mon fils, my son. Mon livre, my book. Right? So always, if we have to say, you want to say mine, and the noun that you are going to qualify it, or the noun that you are going to use is a masculine singular noun, that you can say what? You use mon. Right? So mon stylo, mon papier, mon sac. Mon sac is my bag. All right. Mon cousin, my cousin. The male cousin is cousin. So my cousin, right? So we come to ton, which means what? Your. Your. So if I want to say your, now this one will be used for what? Masculine singular nouns too. So if I have to say your assignment is what? Ton devoir. Your country, ton pays. So it tells you pays is also a masculine singular noun, despite the fact that pays in the plural can also be the same spelling. So depends on the context I'm using pays. Ton sac. Yes, so we've talked about sac already. Ton sac. Your bag. Right? Then we come to son. Son means his, her, or its. So we've seen now already that if I say son, it will mean his, her, or its. Right? So, and it is used with masculine singular noun. So here too, I can say son pantalon. So when I say son pantalon, it means what? His trouser. Now we know that trouser is a masculine noun, so that's it. And it's singular here, so son pantalon. Son directeur. So he's what? Director. Son père.
Director.
Oui. So if I say son père, what's the meaning? Père. In French, which now is père. We have seen that before. Yes, so his father.
Father, yes.
Yeah, so you see, this son père can mean his father or her father. Do you get it? So the focus is on the noun, the gender of the noun, right? So if the father is a lady's father or a male's father, I'll still say son père. So let's say I'm talking about Ajue's father, I'll still say son père, meaning because père is masculine. If it's Kofi's father too, I'll say son père. You get it? So we use the possessive adjective based on the gender of the noun we are qualifying. Do you understand? But not who the thing belongs to. Is that clear?
Oui,
Are you getting what I'm saying?
oui,
Oui,
monsieur.
oui, monsieur.
Yes, sir.
It needs
Sir,
to be clear.
can
We
you
need to
go over
understand.
again, please? Sir, please, can you go over?
Yeah, so for instance, let's say I'm using ton, which is your, right? Now, a bag belongs to, let's say, Ajua, right? So I want to say, tell Ajua, this is your bag. Then the sack, which is bag, is a masculine singular noun. Do you get it? So if a bag belongs to Ajua, or a bag belongs to Kwame, I will still have to use ton, sack, because I am talking about the bag, which is a masculine singular noun, right? But not the person the bag belongs to. You get it? That is what I want you to understand. So if I am telling Ajua your bag, I'll say ton sack. If I'm telling Kwame your bag, I'll still say ton sack. Is that clear? Because
Oui.
bag is a masculine singular noun. You need to understand it. I'm sure going forward you get what I'm saying, right? So I'll explain this again. I'll talk about it again. That's like a lady's trouser. You see, I want to say her trouser. The trouser is a masculine singular noun, so I'll say son pantalon. If a trouser is for a man too, I'll still say son pantalon, his trouser. You see, so son pantalon can mean his trouser or her trouser. Do you get it? That's what I want us to understand. C'est clair? Ça passe ou ça casse?
Ça passe.
Oui.
Ça passe.
All right. Je suis content. Et vous comprenez. I'm glad you understand what we are doing. But I'll still, I'm sure as we go on, you understand what I'm saying more. Now we are saying that mon, ton, son are masculine adjectives or masculine possessive adjectives used with masculine nouns. However, they are used with feminine nouns starting with a vowel too, right? So if we know that we classify mon, ton, son as masculine possessive adjectives, right? But if we have a feminine singular noun in French, right, we start with the vowel, I will still have to use the mon, ton, son for them, right? I wouldn't go and use the feminine possessive adjectives for them because they start with what? A vowel. So that has to be understood. So if I want to say, for instance, my friend, a female friend in French, we still say ami, but the ami, that one will add an e to it, right? So the moment I write ami and I add e to it, it means the friend I'm talking about is a female, right? So this one should be a feminine singular noun, but because it is starting with a vowel, I'll say mon ami. The same will apply to a noun like année, which is year, which is feminine, but because it starts with a vowel, which is a, I'll say ton année, which means your year. Son infirmière, his nurse or her nurse. So the nurse here is a feminine nurse, and the female nurse. That's how we write the female nurse. Infirmière. École is also feminine, but it starts with a vowel, so we say mon école, my school. Ton école, your school. Right, so that is how we go about it. So don't forget, when the noun is a feminine singular noun and it's a feminine one, because it starts with a vowel, you will use a mon, ton, or son for them. So going forward, we will see the feminine singular nouns which start with a consonant, and those ones they will have a different possessive adjective for them. Right, so we'll see that shortly. Now let's go to the next one, notre. Notre means hour, right? So if I want to say, for instance, our office, in French, office is bureau. So I'll say notre bureau, which is a masculine singular noun. Notre bureau, our office. I want to say our pencil, notre crayon, right? Notre crayon, right? So if all of us, one thing belongs to us, and it is a masculine singular noun, we will say notre to mean our. All right, so that's why we can say our office. Ça passe? C'est clair, c'est compris?
Oui.
All right.
Ça passe.
All right, c'est bien. So we are going to the next one, which is votre. Votre is your. So your, in this case, I can use the votre for let's say all of you, excluding me, myself. So I'm saying something belongs to all of you. I am not part. I'll use votre, which is what? Your. Right? Then, as I told you last week, that we use vous to show respect to. We can still use votre for one person, but that is when you are showing respect to the person. See, something belongs to that person, you can still use votre to show politeness or respect, or formal usage. All right. So if I have to say your board, votre tableau, which is what? Your board, votre mouchoir. So if all of you, one thing, but mouchoir is handkerchief, and so your handkerchief, votre mouchoir, right? Votre banc, your bench. Votre écolier, your pupil. So let's say the pupil belongs to all of you, minus me, then use the votre. And then we come to le. Look at the le very well. Here the le is written without an S. So it is a singular le. We are going to see the plural le, and that one will have an S. So you need to know that if I use this le, it means I'm talking about one thing, a singular thing. Right? So it means there, it is used with masculine singular noun. So if I want to say their father, I'll say le père. Their uncle, le oncle. Yeah? So these are some of the things you need to know. This one is used for masculine singular noun. Right? Okay. Now, notre, votre, le are singular, and they go with what? Singular noun. So you need to take note of that. Now we are also going to see notre, votre, le when we get to the feminine side, because notre, votre, le will be used for feminine singular nouns too. All right. So nous allons voir ça bientôt. Very soon we are going to see that. Now we have a summary of the possessive adjectives that I've used and we've used right now. So that is there for you, and their meanings are there. Right? So I think I can see a hand up. It's Mr. Frimpong, right?
Yes, sir. So please,
Oui, monsieur.
what is the difference between the ton and votre?
Ton
And
and
votre.
votre.
Yes,
All right.
please.
So let's say I want to say to a friend, your pen. I'll say ton stylo. They get it. Ton stylo. But if let's say the whole class, all of you, you have one pen, I'll say votre stylo. You get it? Votre stylo. So the whole class has one pen because it is just the pen is singular and it belongs to all of you. I'll say what? Votre stylo. Now I'm saying that I can still use that votre when I'm talking to one person, but the person I'm talking about one person. The person is somebody older than me, or I'm showing respect to that person. I can still say votre stylo. Do you understand the usage?
Yes, please.
So normally we will say that the votre will be used when one thing belongs to a lot of people, right? But it can also be used for one person, to show belonging when the person is my maybe superior or I'm showing respect to that person, right? But the ton, that one is used for somebody you are familiar with, right? So that's the difference. Any other? Are you getting it now, Mr. Frimpong?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right. Any other question before we? Okay, I'm Henaku. We.
Okay, so sir, please, with what our brother just asked, and with the ton and votre. So if you should use votre, should there now be in what's it called? Plural form, or we will get to
Which
that
one?
too.
No, you see, we will see the plural ones too. That one will be talking about more than one thing belonging to people. You get it? But this one is only one thing, singular.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, so all the ones we are using here are singular possessive adjectives. But when the thing is plural, the possessive adjectives will change. You see, we'll see those ones too very soon.
Okay, sir.
Right? Yeah. All right. So now let's go to the feminine possessive adjectives. Feminine possessive adjectives. So les adjectifs possessifs féminin singulier. So the feminine possessive adjectives. So now we are saying that we have ma, ta, sa, then we have notre, votre, leur. You see, so you can see that I said notre, votre, leur will repeat here. But the difference we have here is the ma, ta, sa. You see? And also we have said that there are a group of feminine singular nouns which start with what? A vowel. And those ones use which possessive adjectives? We said it earlier. Who can tell me? For the first three. Yeah. Mon, ton, and what? Son. Right? So it tells you that ma, ta, sa. It is used for feminine singular nouns. But which group of feminine singular nouns are we talking about here? Any idea?
So is it
What do you
singular?
think?
Is it singular?
Yeah,
one that
definitely
ends
singular. If we have already said that mon, ton, son can be used for feminine singular noun starting with the vowel, then what do you think matasa will be used for? Which group of feminine singular nouns?
Feminine plural.
Consonant.
Yes, very bien. Yes. I want to hear consonants. Thank you very much.
Consonant feminine.
Yes, that is what I want to hear. Feminine singular noun starting with a consonant. Exactly. Exactement. Merci beaucoup pour la réponse. So, if we are saying that mon, ton, son can still be used for feminine singular noun starting with a vowel, then it automatically tells you that for matasa, they can only be used for feminine singular nouns which start with a consonant. That is it. So the examples that we are going to see here are all nouns or feminine singular nouns starting with a consonant. Right. So for mine, if I want to say mine, and the noun I want to use it for start with a consonant and it's feminine, then I'll use the ma. So if I say ma table, my table. So table is a feminine singular noun starting with the consonant T. Ma règle, my ruler. Ma gomme, my eraser. Right. So you see that if you observe, all these feminine singular nouns start with a consonant. And I come to your, which is ta. You see that here we have feminine singular nouns which start with a consonant too. So we have ta bouche, which is your mouth, ta voiture, your car, ta joue, your cheek, ta maison, your house, and also ta chambre, your room. So if you observe, all these nouns are feminine singular, but they start with a consonant. Then we come to sa. Sa here, it means what? His, her, or its. His, her, or its. So we can have an example like sa voiture. So if I say sa voiture, it can mean his car or her car. Sa voiture. Sa boîte, his box or her box. Sa route, his route, the road where the person passes. His route or her route. That's like the meaning of route in English. So we are saying that you should take note. Ma, ta, sa are not used with feminine singular nouns starting with vowels, right? Rather, mon, ton, son. Yes, so I've said this thing several times today. Yes, so that you know that there's a difference between when we use the mon, ton, son for feminine singular nouns and then the time when we use the ma, ta, sa for feminine singular nouns. All right. Then we are seeing that notre has repeated here. So notre, we have already seen that notre means hour, right? And it will be used here. We are just giving feminine singular noun examples, right? But it can also be used. This notre can also be used for masculine singular nouns. We start with what? Or that's like masculine singular noun. That is it. So notre can appear. It has appeared twice for masculine singular nouns and also feminine singular nouns. So if I say Notre Dame, there's a place in France called Notre Dame. What's the meaning of Notre Dame? Lorsque je dis Notre Dame. What's the meaning? Yes, très bien. Our Lady. Yeah. Notre porte, our door. Notre fenêtre, our window. Right. I think the portre has repeated here. Yeah, I have to get one of. Then votre has also seen itself here. We have votre for masculine singular nouns, then votre for feminine singular. So it's the same thing. It means your. Votre mango, your mango. Votre banana, your banana. Votre orange, your orange. Okay. Then le. So here you see that le has appeared here too. So if I say le maîtresse and maîtresse, le table, their table, le craie, their chalk, right? So we have mon, ton, son, notre, votre, le, ma, ta, sa, notre, votre, le. So you see how it goes. So it tells you that notre, votre, le appear twice for masculine singular nouns and feminine singular nouns. So we have used them in some examples here. So if I say my table is in the classroom, I will say ma table est dans la classe. Her dress is nice. Sa robe est jolie. Our school is the best. Not école est la meilleure. Their mother is kind. Leur mère est gentille. Their mother is kind. Right. So this is to show you that this is how we can use the possessive adjectives. Now we are looking at the plural ones. So someone was asking a question. So I think your question will be answered here. Now you see that if the noun is plural, the way the mind I'll use is different from if the noun is singular. So here we are saying that the plural of possessive adjectives are at the same time feminine and masculine. There are no masculine plural possessive adjectives and feminine plural possessive adjectives. Both are one. So if I'm using the first one like this, my, me, which means my, it means that I can use it whether the noun is masculine plural or feminine plural, right? So here only you just have to make sure that you are using it for plural noun. So that if I say mes tables, it means my tables, right? Mes tables means my tables. Mes voitures, my cars. So always these ones, you see that the nouns here are plural, they have an S added to it. So we come to the next one. If I want to say your, and what I'm talking about is more than one is plural, I'll say te. So if I say te sac, you see that this sac has S there, te sac. It means your bags. Te règle, your rulers. Then when we come to his hair or its, you see that we have se, we call it se, which also means what? His hair or its. But this one, the thing is more than one, right? So if I say c'est mouton, it means what? Her sheep or his sheep. Or that's it. So then c'est main, his hands or her hands. C'est voiture, his cars or her cars. Then you see that, observe something here. The notre, which was our, has now become no. N-O-S, no. That's the pronunciation. So if I want to say our, all of us, something belongs to all of us. Now, if it is more than one, I will not say notre again. It will become no. So if I say notre maison, it means I'm talking about one house, our house. But the moment I say nos maisons, you see that there's an S added to this maison. It means what? Our houses. Our houses. Yeah. Notre port, if it's singular, it will see that the port will have no S there. It means our door. But the moment I say no port, you see that here we have an S there. It means our doors. Do you get it? So you see the difference between the singular our and the plural our, right? Then you see when we come to your, the plural one, here it is vo. So if it is plural, I will not say votre, but I will say vo. So vos mango, your mangoes. Vos écoliers, your pupils. Right. So that tells you that the noun here is in the plural form. So I have to use a plural possessive adjective for it. Then le. Who can tell me the difference between this le and the singular le?
There is an S added to it.
All right. Yeah, so that is it. That's the difference. Le, for the plural, S is added, but the singular le, there is no S. So il faut bien observer la différence, and you need to check the difference very well. So if you realize you have leur oncle, their uncles. But if I want to say their uncle, one uncle, then I'll write the le without the S. Even though the pronunciation is the same, it doesn't change. So le papa. Somebody will say their papas or their fathers, the same as le père. Le fille, their girls. Their fille, their girls. If it were to be one girl, I write le without what? The S. So le, their girl, le fille. Right? So these are the plural possessive adjectives. We have the me, te, se, then followed by no, vo, le. No, vo, le. So it's important to know the difference between the singular possessive adjectives and the plural possessive adjectives. So if I have to say all right, so my office, or no, our office and our offices, who can tell me how to say it? We know office is bureau. So if I want to say our office, how will I say it? And if I want to say our offices, who can tell me the appropriate possessive adjectives to use? All right, Emmanuel.
You see, I'm trying.
Yes,
You
I
see,
know.
the singular will be notre bureau,
All right.
and the plural will be no bureau.
Très bien. Emmanuel, I owe you 2 marks. No, 1 mark. It's not
Oh,
between.
Monsieur, it's two. The answer is two. No and notre. So 2 marks.
I owe you.
2 marks.
Okay, so remind me about this. No, so that is a good answer. It's important you know the difference, so that you know the appropriate possessive adjective to use. And if not, you'll be confusing the notre and the no, the votre and vo, and le, the singular le and the plural le. So that is how we use the possessive adjectives. Any questions so far? Est-ce que vous comprenez ce que j'ai fait? Bien, ce que je viens de vous expliquer? Ça passe?
Ça passe.
Ça passe, hein? Ok, mais la classe doit terminer à quelle heure? What time are we ending? Is it 5, eh?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I can see Michael Jemfi, your hand is up.
Yeah, so please, I want to know the difference between the 10 and the 4.
The which one?
plural possessive, the te and then the verb.
I'm not getting you well. The de,
The test and then the voice. The view and then the
le and vo. It's like your voice has some echo. I don't know. That's what I'm struggling to. If you can type it, then I'll give you feedback. If you can type it in the chat. Okay. So that I'm not getting it well. So I'm waiting for you to type. All right. Any other question? So all you have to know is that we have singular possessive adjectives. Those singular ones, definitely they'll be used for singular nouns. And the plural ones are used when the noun, we are talking about a noun which is more than one in the plural form. Right? So there's no way you can use me, te, se, no, vo, le, when what you are talking about is singular, right? So you need to know the difference. And when I come to the monton son, notre votre le, ma tassa, notre votre le, you know that they are for singular nouns. Now, who can remember what I said about the monton son? I said monton son are for masculine singular nouns, but they can be used for a group of feminine singular nouns. Who can tell me what I said about the monton son? Which group of feminine singular nouns? Okay, Emmanuel.
They say the monton so could be used when the feminine singular noun starts with a vowel.
Yes. Yes, exactly. I think
They say
Emmanuel just
another
landed from
pronoun.
France.
They say
Emmanuel just landed from France last night, so his French is really on point. Merci beaucoup. Full response. Right? So it's important to know that the monton son also is used for feminine singular nouns. We start with a vowel, right? So that you will not go and use a feminine singular one, or you will not go and use, the feminine singular one, the matasa, for feminine singular nouns which start with a vowel, right? Because we don't see it. So it's not, you can't say ma ane. No, it's mon ane. Right? So it's very important to know that difference. I'm waiting for the question in the chat. It hasn't come yet. So I don't know. I think I have to go on. All right. So quickly look at the demonstrative adjectives and then we'll end it. All right. So je vais partager l'écran une fois encore. So the demonstrative adjectives are also quite straightforward. Okay, so yeah, so now I get your question. You want to te, okay. Vo. Très bien. So Michael, now we're saying that if I say your te, and the te is if something is for you, for instance, and I want to say, let's say your pen, no, your pens. Your pens, right? Now what I'm going to tell is what it should be more than the thing should be more than one before I can say what your pens. If something belongs to you and it is more than one, you get it. Then I'll say like your pens, te stilo. So that stilo will have an S, right? But if I want to say your pen, one pen, then I'll say ton stilo. You get it. But I'll use vo when it's also your, but let's say I'm talking about something belonging to the whole class, all of you, excluding me, right? But that thing should be in the plural. So if I want to say your pens, and let's say the whole class, your pens, then I'll say vos stylo. Vos stylo. Is that clear? But if I say, yes, I want to make it clearer to you. So yes, vos stylo. It means that the whole class you have pens, more than one. But if one pen belongs to the whole class, I'll say votre stylo. Are you getting it? So if I want to say something belongs to you, your pen, one pen, I'll say ton stylo. But if it is more than one, it becomes te stylo. Are you getting the difference? Michael?
I'm okay, sir.
Are you getting it now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Sure. So we are going to the demonstrative adjectives now. All right. So let's adjective demonstrative. Now in English, we say what demonstrative adjectives are used to denote the idea of distance between the object or person shown and the person showing it. So in English, when we say this, I want to say this car, it means that the car is closer to me a bit in the distance. If I say that car, it means the car is a bit distant and it's a bit far from where I am. So that is how we denote our idea of distance. So this is something closer and that is something that is a bit distant from me. However, this concept does not exist in French. And therefore, this and that have the same meaning in French, as well as these and those, right? So we just want to know the different demonstrative adjectives and how they are used. So let's adjective demonstrative. We have CE, which is say. CET is also pronounced say. But when it is used with the noun, then the T will sound. Then we have the CETT, set, right? And also CES, say. So they are all demonstrative adjectives in French. Now, the use of the demonstrative adjectives is greatly influenced by the gender, that is feminine or masculine, of the noun they are demonstrating. So you see that we don't joke in French, they don't joke with this gender issue. Every determinant that is used will be based on the gender of the noun, right, and the number. So the first one, we have the masculine demonstrative adjective. There are two of them. So we have say, which is C. This means this or that. So if I say say, it can mean this or that, depending on how I'm using it. So it is singular and it is used for masculine singular nouns, right? So here, this say is used when the gender is masculine singular, but it starts with a consonant, right? So if I say stylo, it means this pen or that pen. Say cahier, this exercise book or that exercise book, right? If I say crayon, this pencil or that pencil. All right, then we go to the next one, which is CET. Say, it's also pronounced say. Say. Now, this one is also for masculine singular nouns, but here it is only when the noun starts with a vowel or silent H. And so, if you observe, if I want to say this man, I'll say cet homme. Cet homme. You see, the ash is silent, ash silent. So it means this man or that man. Cet oiseau. This bird or that bird. This bird or that bird. So cet oiseau. Mm-hmm. No, the question that came in, no, that's not it. It's not that, it's not demonstrative. Mm-hmm. There and here, no. I'll get back to that. So let's focus on this for now, right? So we have the third one, which is for plural nouns. For plural nouns. So here, it is for masculine plural, but this one is also for feminine plural. So here we have say stylo. You see that always once it is for a plural noun, then the noun has to be in the plural form, right? So say stylo, these pens or those pens. Say zom, these men or those men. So this one will be used for plural nouns, a plural masculine. Then we come to the feminine one. If I use the CETT, then it means I'm talking about a feminine singular now. So if I have to say this table or that table, it will be what? Set table. Right, set table. This will mean this table or that table. Set dame, this lady or that lady. So if I say set, or note, set is used with feminine noun starting with a vowel or silent H. It doesn't, for this one, this set, it can be used whether the feminine singular noun starts with a consonant or a vowel. Really, that's it. So set is toi, this story, right? Set année, set ami, right? So that is it. It's important to note that. Then the CES will still be used here when the noun is also plural, right? So c'est très important de noter ça. So it's very important. So for the demonstrative adjectives, it's very simple. Any questions for the demonstrative adjectives? Then we bring the class to an end.
Mesue,
There. Oui?
please, can you go to the earlier slide, the set and set?
Okay.
Yeah. Please calm down a bit.
All right. Sure. Is that okay? Or I should still go back down?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay now. All right.
Is there a question for that?
I was a little bit confused with the one with T and the one without T, but now I'm seeing that that one is for now starting with vowels or silent H.
Silent H,
Okay.
yes.
All
That
right.
is it for masculine singular nouns. But for the feminine singular one, which is CETT, it can be used whether the noun it starts with what? A vowel or a consonant. It doesn't change anything. For the feminine one. Okay. So I think I've seen other hands up. Yes. Nathaniel, yeah. Vazi.
Yeah. I was the one that asked the question. I'm okay.
Okay. Très bien. Then I see another hand. Henry. Henry. Oh, it's Isaac rather. Isaac.
Yes. Measure. I beg the homie isn't a feminine noun.
Which one?
The homie, meaning this man.
It's masculine.
But
It's
it
masculine.
ends letter A.
Is it I don't get you. Are you saying man? The word man.
Yes.
Yes, it's masculine. You can check. It's masculine. This man, that man. And so we are saying that if it is a masculine singular noun, right? And it starts with a vowel or silent H, then we'll use the CET for it. Right? Rather than the CE. That is the difference. You get it? Is it because ends with E that you are saying is a feminine noun?
Yes.
No. There are exceptions. Is not one. Is not. It ends in E, but it's a masculine noun. Right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So if you go through what I sent you, there are a lot of them there. You will see. There are exceptions. It's not every noun that ends in E that is feminine. So the exceptions do are there. All right. You need to unlock your iPhone first. Okay. Yeah. So any other question before we end the class?
Please, hospital is going to use the one with T.
Yes, CET. Set hospital.
And hotel.
So même chose. Same thing.
All right.
Sure. All right, so you can look for more of these examples on your own, then you know that, okay, these are some of the nouns that I can use this particular demonstrative adjective for, right? So we have been able to look at the demonstrative adjectives and possessive adjectives. it's important to know the uses of these adjectives, so that if you have, let's say, in a sentence, there's a blank, and the blank is followed just after that there's a noun, you need to look at the instructions that the question will come with, and it will help you to answer the questions on that. I'll still tell you, how, if I have to ask questions on these ones in the exam, how it will look like, right? Emmanuel, I'm listening.
Monsieur,
Oui.
something like equal.
Yes.
Equal.
Set equal.
Equal
It's
come under
feminine,
set.
so we'll use this one. CETTE. Yes.
Okay. Monsieur, so two vowels can meet like that. Set equal.
Yes. That's why we are saying that for feminine, the feminine singular demonstrative adjective, we can use it whether when the noun is starting with a vowel or when it's starting with a consonant. It doesn't matter. So you see, if it's feminine singular, this is the demonstrative adjective we use for it. CETT, that is set. Right? For the masculine, we have two masculine singular demonstrative adjectives, the CE and the CET. And we have explained how to use them. One is for masculine singular nouns starting with a consonant, and the second one is for masculine singular nouns starting with a vowel or a silent H. Now this one, the CES, is plural. It can be used for both masculine plural and feminine plural nouns. That is it's very straightforward. Is it clear now?
Oui, monsieur.
No.
Oui,
Okay.
monsieur.
Sure. So any other question? See, no, I'll talk about the midterm again, and then we'll end it. So I'm saying that for the midterm, the questions will be based on articles that we did, the Lula. Also, some questions on numbers will be there. Then the verbs. So you can try and go to the conjugations, and we'll have only 20 questions, only 20 objective questions. We'll have 30 minutes to answer the questions, right? So we'll have about 5 minutes to enter your details, your name, index number, and all that. And a very active email address. You have to enter those important details because the result will come to your email. So you have to make sure your email is active. So that is what you need to do. But as you are saying, most of you have opted for Saturday evening. So the midterm will come on Saturday evening, 9 p.m. I believe that time is convenient for everybody.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay.
Monsieur, please, can we get the slides for the last week section?
Yes.
Some of us couldn't make it to the campus.
Okay, so I'll share that on the platform very soon. Right.
So the midterm, is it online?
It is Google Forms. I think I said it last time. Google Forms. I'll set the questions on Google Forms. So on that day, I'll put a link in your Telegram in your Telegram page. I normally will put it there about 2 minutes to time. Right. Once you are all on the Telegram page, make sure if you are not on it, please be there. So I'll put a link there, 2 minutes to time. Then you start at 9 p.m. exactly. So by 9:30, you should have finished and submitted your work. And that's all. So the link will come to your Telegram. If not, I can still send the link. I'll share it on the Telegram page. I'll still send it to your reps, and your reps will still share. So however you want it, I'll put it in your. Somebody is asking if you can use your school email. If you get messages from your school email, that's fine. I don't have a problem. But if you can use your personal email too, it's fine. So it's the same. Sunday Shanjure. Provided you get your scores. Because after the midterm, we have to release the scores. So you have to get it. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Any other question on the midterm?
No, sir.
All right. B, hello.
So, Monsieur,
Oui. Isaac, yeah.
please, are we done with the conjugation of verbs?
Yes, we have finished. We did the present tense and the future. So we are done. We are not going to look at any other tense this semester. It's just the present and the future for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we
Monsieur,
okay?
please, I want to get this word correct. Maybe sapas or I hear people they say la paz. Which one is the correct one?
It's sapas usakas. Sapas usakas. So I'm putting the chat. Sapas usakas. Right now, the C has this Sedil and I, but I'm not able to type that. I don't know how to, but so that is it. Sapas usakas. It's a question. If I say sapas, it means is it going well? Sakas is not going well. So it's a choice. If you say sapas, it means it's going well. Sakas is not going well. Right. Okay, so this feature, yes. That's C. I don't know. Where do we put it? Maybe there's some special distance somewhere I'm not.
You press and hold the C.
Long press.
Okay. All right. Merci beaucoup. So now you know, because I'm
Yes,
using a laptop, maybe that's why
yes,
I'm not
Monsieur.
getting it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So now you understand the sapas to sakas.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, obviously.
Yeah, so it's not La Paz. And those who are saying La Paz. I didn't teach you that. So don't go and say it anyway.
Yeah, confusing as you say.
All right. So I think we are okay for today. I'll share the slides for you and also make sure you start preparing for the midterm so that next week by 9 o'clock to 9:30, you'll be smiling after 9:30 p.m. But definitely it will not be something so difficult. So please just try and prepare and I believe it will be okay. So I wish you the very best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend and also the visit in bon semaine. Bon weekend aussi. Au revoir and bye bye. I'll see you again next week.
Au revoir, monsieur.
Guys,
Au revoir. Bye bye. Bye.